Hi, I'm Mike with Let's Talk Building, and today we're at the Pro-Earth Building Science Seminar, sponsored by ProBuild, and our featured speaker is Justin Wilson. Justin is an industry expert in the field of research and development of environmental initiatives, and has a lot of experience, and also is president and founder of Building Performance Solutions.
That's me.
Good. Let's get right to it, Justin. Building science. In a nutshell, define for us what it means for the homeowner.
Looking at what is building science, and it seems like when I hear the word science, I want to be afraid. It's something I need to do. From a homeowner perspective, what it means is that, in essence, we are trying to work with builders and manufacturers, suppliers of products, to build homes that use less energy, that are more durable, that last longer, that have better indoor air quality. And it's really in the end result of looking at how we take the nuts and bolts of how a house goes together and put that into perspective of what that means for you as a homeowner. Healthy, comfortable, safe, durable, and then energy efficient. And maybe we can look at that as sustainable. It's looking at the impacts of our environment on those materials. Heat, air, moisture. It's simple stuff, but it's a complex world of complex houses and processes that we've put into this operation.
Sure. Is there a substantive difference then between green building and high performance homes?
I think you can call it whatever you want to call it. We want to call it green today, but maybe we call it building science-based building. Maybe we call it high-performance homes. I think we can call it whatever we want. I think it's the way that houses have to be in the future. So if it's green, great. But the fundamental thing should be in all buildings, that we all have a fundamental right to have in the shelter that we live in.
Good. Most of the industry is embracing these concepts, but for the home improvement, for the do-it-yourselfer, what are some of the cost-effective ways that a homeowner can improve their home's performance, their home's health?
Simple things that you can look at from the homeowner perspective. The first things that we need to do is be aware. And when I say be aware, we need to start to learn and understand what an energy unit is. What does my utility bill mean? First. Second, how much energy am I using in my house? Where? How much electric? How much gas? Things that are plugged in. Start to look at that in baseline, what I'm using. There are many simple things. Earlier today I gave an example of there was an old refrigerator in the garage. It's understanding that when we know a unit of energy and how much that cost me, an old refrigerator that I got for free, that's fantastic, but sometimes they take $250 or $300 a year worth of electricity to operate. You didn't know that. So in the end result is we have to make some decisions and say, I didn't want that. Another thing that we can look at though is it's less about putting in some miracle machine in a building. The first thing that you can do as a homeowner is to seek out someone that can do, that's qualified. You can look at a ResNet rater, a Building Performance Institute rater, someone, and also ask what experience level it has, because so much is changing right now so fast that everyone is coming into an industry quite new. Do an energy audit on your house. And an energy audit is not, I've heard people say it's as bad as getting a checkup, a colonoscopy or something like that. It's not. It's letting someone into your house that's an expert that can do some critical testing so that you as a homeowner, and it takes time, I'm sorry, things take time, to get the right answers, but it gives you the ability to find out where are the low-hanging fruit in my house with regards to energy. Sometimes there's things that I've seen as $30 fixes that can cut your heat bill by something simple. Sealing up a hole to the attic that's been open forever in your house can save your 10 to 20% on your heat bill immediately. And so where are those holes, and then how can I use that to figure out where the most cost-effective improvements are to my building, and also identify any health or safety problems, primarily health and safety problems in my building. So It seems hard, it's not. Seek a professional, work with them, and analyze it.
So in order to leverage the high-performance home concept, it sounds like there's a systems approach. What briefly are some of the systems that are involved in a house?
In subset systems, you look at things like, when I say, and I'll divide them out real quick, the enclosure, those which separate the indoors from the out. Those are walls, your roof, your floors, everything that's that separator between what you live in the conditioned space and the outdoors. So when we look at that as one, then there's mechanical components to a building. That's things that we plug in, lamps, TVs, VCRs, coffee makers, microwaves. But as well as those mechanical things are other things like your furnace, your water heater, your dryer, your washer. So when we look at mechanical items and their impact on a building. So those are some of the big subset parts of that building. It's how we make an interrelationship of all these things. And one thing we have to understand is no decision in a house is as easy as saying, oh, replace your windows. I'll give an example. I replaced my windows. What other things, what other subsets does that impact? Well, from an occupant side, I become more comfortable. New windows are better insulated. They're more energy efficient. They stay warmer in the winter when it's cold out, so they're going to be more comfortable to stand around. From the summer perspective, windows are 30 to 50% of your air conditioning sizing. So if you did windows, you might now have an air conditioner that's oversized in a building. And that's okay, but it still might work okay, but your house might become humid as a result. So it's understanding that strategically, when I make a change in something, the windows being that example, it impacts something like the cooling system. It'll also make it easier to heat in the winter. So what we always say is house as a system. House as a system, saying that every change that I make could potentially impact something else in that building. And so it's analysis and just understanding that everything is that.
Great, thank you. That's extremely useful. Well, now you've heard it, so now go use it.